Hi, I'm Andrew Hazlett with gb.tc, and you are?
Sharon Paley, also with gb.tc.
And we're here with Peter Dunbar of KPMG in your lovely offices here in the Inner Harbor.
Thank you very much. I'm a managing director with KPMG here in Baltimore, and I am also a board member at the gb.tc, where I've been on the board for about 3 years.
Well, we're very thankful that you can host us here today, and we spent some time with some of your colleagues, but can you tell us a little bit about what KPMG is?
Sure. KPMG is a global audit, tax, and advisory firm. We're considered one of the big four global audit, tax, and advisory firms. And as that implies, we do audit and accounting services for companies. We also provide tax services, and we do advisory work. And advisory work spans a wide range of services, from accounting advisory to technology services to transaction and restructuring type services.
So tell us a little bit about your involvement in the community. You mentioned you were on the board of directors of our very fine organization. How did that come about?
Well, our office managing partner, Kevin Hall, whose office is a couple of doors down, was one of the original founding board members of the gb.tc. And he served in that capacity for about 9 years. And then 3 years ago, he turned over that role as a board member to me. I lead the IT advisory practice here in Baltimore, so it seemed logical that I would succeed Kevin in that role. And it's been a great experience. The gb.tc, as both of you know, has been through a fair amount of transition over the past 2 years. But there's a lot going on in the technology space in Baltimore right now, and gb.tc is poised to be right at the center of the action.
Well, so how do you see your work in KPMGs in general as part of that community, of the tech community? What is it how are you enmeshed in the day-to-day activities of tech entrepreneurs and technologists?
We provide services, accounting, tax, and advisory, to a number of the emerging companies in Baltimore, and not just technology, right? Emerging in terms of companies that are innovating in their particular industries. We help them with their accounting needs. We help them with their tax needs, and also my colleague Steve Guy, who was in here a few minutes ago, that all of you met, helps them with their buy side and sell side transactions.
So these are, I think very few entrepreneurs, even in this day and age, are so naive as to think that they can launch a business and grow it without the kind of advice and assistance that KPMG and other accountants and advisors provide. However, are there ways in which entrepreneurs can be a little naive about the pitfalls and the opportunities that come with working with a firm like KPMG?
I think there are, Andrew. When somebody starts out a company in their garage, right? They put a server in their garage and they're working out of it. That can be not very complicated from a business perspective, but shortly, if they have some success early on, they run into issues where they need accounting services or tax services, and they need some help with that. And as that company becomes more and more complex, their needs in terms of the skills that they need to help them navigate through that complexity, they can find their services at KPMG.
Mm-hmm. So what's the IT practice specifically address? What needs does it specifically address?
We provide a wide range of services from an IT perspective. My particular practice is in what we call risk consulting. So what my team does is, for the most part, we help our financial auditors when they audit the financial statements of companies. We also do internal audit co-source services. So if a company doesn't want to create their own internal audit department because of the subject matter knowledge that's required, they'll reach out to KPMG, and we'll go in there and either help them or completely run their internal audit department for them. Mm-hmm. So that's a lot of what me and my team, what we do. I also help companies, I help CIOs with solve some of their problems. I'm helping a company right now in East Baltimore, a healthcare company, select a new ERP platform for the future growth of their business.
What's ERP?
ERP is Enterprise Resource Planning. That's the technology platform on which companies build their business. So the big platforms that are out there, SAP, PeopleSoft, Oracle. And beyond the work that my team does, we have thousands of professionals here in the U.S. that help companies with their ERP platforms. With SAP, problems they have with implementing SAP or creating controls around SAP or using it in a more efficient manner. Same thing with Oracle and PeopleSoft. Last year, in fact, we acquired a company called Optimum Solutions, which is one of Oracle's primary implementation partners. And now we are very strong in helping companies either implement Oracle or PeopleSoft or help them improve an implementation that they've already done.
Are you agnostic on the solution?
We really are. That's one of our strengths is that we are technology agnostic. So we don't go in and recommend any one particular solution.
So, I mean, here at the crossroads of Baltimore, right here at Pratt and Light Street, so you've seen a lot of things come and go. You've personally been involved in the firm for quite a while and involved in the tech community for a while. Do you have any general observations about where the Baltimore tech scene is going and directions for the future?
I do. I actually started at a company called Alex Brown and Sons, which was a famous old Baltimore investment bank, national investment banking firm headquartered here. So I had a long career there, and then we got bought eventually by Deutsche Bank, at which point a few years later I left there and came over to KPMG. But one trend you see in Baltimore is that a lot of the old line Baltimore headquartered companies like Alex Brown, like Maryland National Bank, like Black & Decker, which got bought by Stanley, Constellation just got bought by Exelon. We tend to lose our headquarters companies over the last 30 years or so. Now there are some companies in Baltimore that are helping to fill that void, but I think what's really going to fill that void is a lot of the companies that are coming out of the startup community right now. And to the extent that the gb.tc and a lot of the other technology innovation things that are going on around here, to the extent they can help create that environment in which those innovation companies can be successful, I think that'll be a huge plus for Baltimore's long-term success.
It's a big challenge and opportunity, I think, for a lot big shoes to fill. Great traditions there. Well, thank you for taking the time to talk to us, and
it's been my pleasure.
It's great to thank you for hosting us here, and we look forward to seeing you and your colleagues more around the scene and doing some introductions to people that we know would be interested in hearing all about this.
Well, you're welcome back anytime.
Thanks, Peter.
Sure.
Thanks a lot.